Hello there! I'm Emma from eclecticwitchcraft.com, where I write about all things witchy. Today we will discuss tarot combinations with the Tower card. What does it mean when you pull the Tower and another major arcana tarot combination? These card combinations can seem intense and confusing. Drawing the Tower with other major arcana cards usually is a sign that your current situation will drastically change soon. Interpreting card combinations isn't always easy. The best way to interpret these combinations is by using the meaning of each individual card in the combination. For example, if you draw the Tower and the Emperor, then this means that something big is about to happen. If you draw the Tower and Justice, then this means that karmic debts will be paid. Tarot readings with card combinations will help you to prepare for any difficult time ahead. One thing is certain when you pull the Tower card, though: you cannot and will not remain in the status quo. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Fool tarot cards together? Pulling the Tower and the Fool together can represent a period of intense transformation in your life. It could be a good thing, like starting a new business venture, or it could be a bad thing, like breaking up with a significant other. Either way, it will shake up your life and require you to adapt. When you draw the Tower card and the Fool card together, you are looking at the relationship between the world of reason and the world of intuition. Both worlds exist side by side, but they don't always interact harmoniously. Sometimes, the world of reason tries to dominate the world of intuition, while sometimes the world of intuition dominates the world of reason. In either case, there is no one right answer. You have to decide which direction you want to go based on what you need most at the moment. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Magician tarot cards together? The Tower and the Magician are often thought of as representing two opposing forces. The Tower is seen as a symbol of destruction, while the Magician is seen as a symbol of creation. However, when these two cards are pulled together, they can represent a balance between the two forces. This can mean that you are currently in a period of transition, where you are moving from one phase of your life to another. The Magician represents your ability to create your own reality, while the Tower represents the challenges and obstacles that you may face along the way. Together, these cards suggest that you have all the tools and resources that you need to make whatever changes or transitions you desire in your life. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the High Priestess tarot cards together? If you pull the Tower and the High Priestess tarot cards together, it could mean that you are experiencing a time of upheaval or chaos in your life. The Tower suggests that something is coming to an end, while the High Priestess indicates that you may be going through a period of introspection or self-discovery. This combination of cards can also suggest that you are being challenged to let go of your old beliefs and ways of thinking in order to make room for new perspectives. You can use this combination to help you decide whether to keep pushing forward or to rest for a bit. It can also give you insight into where you stand now compared to where you were before. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Empress tarot cards together? This combination of tarot cards suggests that you may be feeling a sense of power and control in your life. The Tower card represents a need for change, while the Empress card signifies fertility and abundance. Together, these cards suggest that you are ready to make some changes in your life in order to create new opportunities for yourself. When the Tower and the Empress are drawn together, it means that you need to pay attention to your emotions and feelings, and to keep your rational mind under control. If you do so, you will find that you can overcome any obstacles that stand between you and your goal. If you fail to do so, however, you will fall victim to the traps set by your own passions and desires. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Emperor tarot cards together? The Tower and the Emperor tarot cards together can mean that you are facing a challenging situation in your life, but you have the strength and power to overcome it. You may need to take some time to reflect on what is happening and make some changes in your life in order to move forward. Pulling the Tower and the Emperor together means that you need to focus more on your inner self and less on external factors. It can also indicate that you need to learn how to balance your emotions. If you do this, then you will find peace within yourself. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Hierophant tarot cards together? The Tower and the Hierophant tarot cards together suggest that you may be facing a challenging situation in your life. The Tower suggests that there may be some upheaval or chaos, while the Hierophant suggests that you will need to find guidance from a higher power. This combination of cards can also suggest that you are going through a time of major change. It could mean that you need to learn from your mistakes in order to move forward in life. Or, it could mean that your past experiences affect your current relationships, and you need to change your behavior around certain people in order to improve your relationship with them. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Lover's tarot cards together? This combination of tarot cards can represent a situation where you are forced to choose between two options, both of which have their own appeal. The Tower card suggests that there may be some upheaval or chaos involved in making this choice, while the Lover's card indicates that your decision will ultimately come down to a matter of the heart. You can use this card to show how you can change your current situation, even though it seems hopeless. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Chariot tarot cards together? There are a few different ways to interpret this combination, but one possible meaning is that you are facing some difficult choices or obstacles in your life. The Tower suggests that there may be something looming on the horizon that you need to prepare for, while the Chariot suggests that you have the strength and determination to overcome whatever challenges come your way. Alternatively, this combination could also suggest that you are at a crossroads in your life and need to make some important decisions. Pulling the Tower card and the Chariot card together means that you need to find balance between being independent and relying on others. It can also symbolize the need to learn how to stand alone without depending on others. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Strength tarot cards together? The Tower tarot card is associated with chaos and upheaval, while the Strength tarot card signifies inner strength and fortitude. When these two cards are pulled together, it could mean that you are currently facing a difficult situation which is testing your resolve. However, this combination also suggests that you have the inner strength to overcome whatever obstacle you are facing. Pulling the Tower card and the Strength card together means taking action to overcome obstacles. It can also mean overcoming fear. Pulling the Tower card and Strength card together can indicate that you need to face fears and challenges in order to move forward. If you do not confront your fears, then you risk being stuck in a situation where you cannot grow. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Hermit tarot cards together? The Tower and the Hermit are often interpreted as representing change and introspection, respectively. Together, they may symbolize a need for both external and internal transformation. The Tower suggests that something in your life is coming to an end, while the Hermit represents the need for time alone to reflect on what comes next. This combination of cards can also indicate a period of upheaval followed by a period of reflection and contemplation. Pulling the Tower card and the Hermit card together means that you are being pulled out of your comfort zone. It can indicate that you need to step outside of your normal routine and explore new territory. If you do so, you might find something exciting and fulfilling. However, if you don't, then you risk getting stuck in a rut. If you pull the Tower and the Hermit together, you might be feeling like you are trapped in a situation where you cannot move forward. There is no way out. You might even feel like you are being held back by circumstances. You might be working hard but nothing seems to be happening. Or maybe you are doing everything right but you aren't making any progress. In either case, pulling the Tower and the Hermit together suggests that you need to break free of whatever holds you back. You need to start taking action. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune tarot cards together? There are a few different interpretations for this combination of tarot cards. One interpretation is that it symbolizes change and movement. Perhaps you are about to embark on a new journey or phase in your life. Another interpretation is that it suggests that you take some time to reflect on the choices you have made in your past, as they may be affecting your present situation. When you draw the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune together, you are experiencing a transitional period where you are moving from one state to another. It can be a time of change, but it can also be a time of stagnation. You might find yourself feeling stuck in a rut, unable to move forward. Or maybe you are trying to decide whether to stay in a relationship that no longer feels right. Whatever the situation, you need to look at the circumstances around you and determine how best to proceed. If you are unsure about what to do next, then you should consult your intuition. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Justice tarot cards together? What does it mean when I draw the Tower card and the Justice card together? It means that you need to pay attention to justice issues within your own life. If you don't do anything about injustice, then it can affect your career, relationships, health, etc. There is a lot of potential energy in this combination. The Tower suggests that something new and unexpected is happening, while Justice indicates that there is a need for balance and fairness. This can be a time of great change, but it is also important to make sure that everyone involved is treated fairly. If you pull the Tower and Justice cards together, then you might be experiencing a time where you are trying to balance two opposing forces within you. For instance, you might be feeling torn between doing something that you know is right but feels wrong, or vice versa. Or maybe you are struggling between wanting to do something that you know is good for you but doesn't align with your morals. You might be feeling like you are stuck between two choices, and you don't know how to choose between them. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Hanged Man tarot cards together? The Tower and the Hanged Man are often thought of as being two sides of the same coin. The Tower represents chaos and destruction, while the Hanged Man represents surrender and acceptance. Together, these two cards suggest that in order to find peace, we must first go through a period of upheaval. If you are pulling the Tower and the Hanging Man together, you may be experiencing a crisis of self-worth. You may feel like you are being punished for something you did wrong. Or maybe you are trying to change your situation but you aren't sure how to go about doing it. In any case, you need to decide whether you are willing to put forth the effort required to make changes in your life. If you are unwilling to make changes, then you will probably keep getting pushed further and further out of balance. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Death tarot cards together? The Tower tarot card is typically associated with chaos, disruption, and upheaval, while the Death tarot card is often seen as a symbol of transformation and change. When these two cards are pulled together, it could mean that you are currently experiencing a lot of change in your life which is causing some instability. However, this period of transition can ultimately lead to positive growth if you embrace it. Pulling the Tower card and the Death card together means that something bad is happening to you right now. It can be a warning that you need to change your current situation. If you don't do anything to fix the problem, then you might find yourself facing more problems. If you're feeling like you've lost control of your life, then pulling the Tower and Death cards together might indicate that you need to start taking charge again. You need to look at your situation objectively and decide whether or not you really want to keep doing what you're currently doing. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Temperance tarot cards together? The Tower and Temperance tarot cards together can represent a need for change or balance in your life. The Tower suggests that there may be something in your life that needs to be changed, while the Temperance card indicates that you may need to find a way to bring more balance into your life. Pulling the Tower card and the Temperance card together means that you need to find balance between two opposing forces within yourself. If you do not find this balance, then you can expect to suffer from mental instability. It is important to keep your emotions under control so that you don't end up doing something rash. If you are feeling stressed out, try meditating or taking a walk outside. Try to relax and clear your mind. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Devil tarot cards together? The Tower suggests that something is about to change dramatically, while the Devil suggests that there may be some darkness or temptation involved in this change. This combination of cards can suggest that you are about to experience a major life change that could be both exciting and challenging. When pulling the two cards together, we can ask ourselves whether we are using our time, money, or resources wisely. If we find ourselves spending more time working than enjoying leisure activities, then we might need to reevaluate our priorities. We may also need to consider whether we are spending too much money on unnecessary items. The Devil card represents temptation and sin. It shows a devilish creature tempting a human being to do something wrong. The devil is often shown with horns and hooves, and carrying a pitchfork. When pulled together, these cards can symbolize obstacles in the form of sins and vices. These cards can represent failure, bad luck, and poverty. We may also need to consider how we spend our money. Are we buying things that aren't necessary? Are we making purchases based on impulse? Or are we simply trying to impress others? What does it mean when I pull two Tower tarot cards together in a light and shadow tarot deck? Pulling two Tower tarot cards in a light and shadow deck represents a time of upheaval or crisis. It is a time to let loose of your attachments and illusions. The Towers represent the twin pillars of materialism and ego, and they are crashing around you. This is the time to let go of the past and embrace change. The Tower card is the card of endings and beginnings. It symbolizes the end of something, whether it is a relationship, job, or even a season of your life. It is a time of letting go of the past and embracing new opportunities. In order to grow and transform, you need to let go of your past mistakes and failures, and accept responsibility for your actions. You cannot change the past, but you can learn from it and move forward. Pulling two Tower tarot cards together in a light and shadow deck signifies that you are facing a time of upheaval or turmoil. It is a time of letting go of your attachments and delusions, and embracing reality. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Star tarot cards together? The Tower and the Star tarot cards together can mean that you are going through a major life change or upheaval, but despite this, you remain optimistic and hopeful for the future. The combination of these two cards can also indicate that you are making a fresh start in your life. When pulling the Tower and Star together, we need to consider whether we are being selfish or selfless. If we are being selfish, then we need to focus more on ourselves and less on others. We might even try to manipulate others so that we can get ahead. However, if we are being selfless, we need to put others' needs above our own. We might sacrifice our own interests to benefit others. Pulling the Tower and Star together can show us how to find equilibrium between our personal desires and our responsibilities to others. It can also teach us how to maintain a healthy relationship with our ego. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Moon tarot cards together? The Tower and Moon tarot cards together often symbolize a time of upheaval or chaos. The Tower represents the sudden, unexpected changes that can occur in our lives, while the Moon reminds us that even in the darkest times there is still hope. This combination can also suggest that we are about to embark on a journey into the unknown, where we will be forced to face our fears head-on. Whatever challenges lie ahead, these cards remind us to stay strong and trust our intuition as we navigate through them. When pulled together, the Tower and the Moon can indicate that you need to finish something that you started but didn't quite finish, or that you need to begin something new. It can also signify that you need to release something that no longer serves you, or that you need help getting back on track. You might also find yourself feeling like you're stuck between two choices, or that you've been making bad decisions lately. If you're having trouble deciding what to do next, looking at the other cards near the Tower and the Moon together can give you clarity about where you stand right now. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Sun tarot cards together? The Tower and the Sun tarot cards together often symbolize a new beginning. The Tower suggests that something is about to change, while the Sun represents new growth and new possibilities. This combination can suggest that you are about to embark on a new journey, or that you are about to experience a major life event that will change everything. Pulling the Tower card and the Sun card together can indicate that you need to change something in your life. It can also show that you are being pulled out of your comfort zone. If you are feeling stuck, then pulling the Tower and the Sun together might help you move forward. Pulling the Tower and the Sun card together shows that you need to change your perspective. Things aren't always as bad as they seem. Sometimes you need to look at the situation from another angle. If you are feeling like you are being pushed out of your comfort zone, then pulling the Tower card and the Sun card together could help you understand why. Maybe you are trying to do too much, or maybe you are taking on more responsibility than you really need to. Either way, pulling the Tower and the Sun card together can give you insight into how you are pushing yourself too hard. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the Judgment tarot cards together? Pulling the Tower and the Judgment together can indicate that you are judging something too harshly. It might even be that you are being overly critical of yourself. If you find yourself doing this, try to remember that you don't always know everything that goes on behind closed doors. Try to look at situations objectively, without getting caught up in your own emotions. You may also be trying to put too much pressure on yourself. Don't worry so much about making mistakes, instead focus on learning from them. Remember that no matter how hard you try, you cannot always succeed. Instead, learn from your failures and move forward. If you do decide to push yourself harder, then you should be sure to set realistic expectations for yourself. Do not expect perfection, but rather strive to improve every day. What does it mean when I pull the Tower and the World tarot cards together? The Tower and the World tarot cards can be interpreted to mean that you are coming to terms with a situation in your life that has caused you much upheaval. The World card suggests that you are finally seeing things clearly and making peace with what has happened. The Tower card suggests that this process has not been easy, but it has been necessary in order for you to move on. Pulling the Tower and the World together means that you are coming to grips with a difficult time in your life. It may be something that has happened recently, or it might be something that has been happening for a while now. Either way, you need to come to terms with whatever it is that has brought you to this place. You may find yourself feeling frustrated, angry, sad, confused, or any number of emotions. But regardless of how you feel right now, you need to accept that this is where you are, and you need to start working toward moving forward. Thanks for listening to my information on tarot combinations. Once again, I'm Emma from eclecticwitchcraft.com. Come and read my posts to learn more about witchcraft.